Hello, this is One Life to Collect. I'm going through my World Banknote collection. I've got a video on each of the binders so far, all in alphabetical order. I'm going to save Canada and the US to the very last, but I just ended the last video with France, I believe, in this one. So now alphabetically by country, starting with G. Got these ones are the Gambia. Very unique artwork and color schemes on these ones. This one's polymer. Very vibrant colors, actually, back too. This is the country or Republic of Georgia, not the state. 250, it's an interesting denomination. 3,000, not sure how many notes there are that are 300 or 30,000, 3,000, very odd number to have as a denomination. So the way that I typically do this, I've said this on other notes, is I try to do the alphabetically by country, then the oldest set to newest set, and within those sets I do the denominations in kind of numerical order. So here's a very hyperinflation note. These are still Georgia. And then I think this is the newest version here, the newest denomination. Okay, and then this is Germany. So there's lots from Germany. I know there's many different sets. You know, it's hard to kind of, unless you have a deep understanding, it's hard to know which ones I'm missing or which ones are in what order. So I try to do them really by date and no other way, really. So yeah, I'd love feedback on kind of which ones I might be missing, or if I've miscategorized this in any way. Just try to kind of keep a chronological, I guess, record of or list them chronologically in my binders at least. These ones are huge in size, obviously really popular with the collectors. These ones as well. This one I've got like a whole stack of them, and I think they're consecutive serial numbers. Yeah, they probably are. Otherwise, I would have probably put them in my sell or trade binder. Here's some more marks. These two are kind of the same, but just different colors. Again, I'd probably keep these because there's different years on them. I'm not a big signature guy. Sometimes I'll keep them with different signatures, not always. I also don't really care or keep like fun serial numbers on here. I know that's a big thing in the collector community, but I have not gone that way yet. These are big sign, obviously a big rip down the middle here, 100 marks. Here's some more kind of older Deutsch marks. More huge notes. This one here, it's funny, it's the exact same note. One's tiny, one's bigger. It's the same everything else, but one note is much bigger than the other. It's interesting how they did that. 50,000, and then this is 100,000. This one here, I have a whole bunch of them as well. It's just, I think those are in sequential order by serial number as well. Again, I probably have these out of order, but don't really know other way. Don't know any other way to categorize these. These ones have no reverse or no rear image. Obverse. That's an odd one there. These are getting a little bit newer, I think kind of 80s. Pre-Euro, of course. This one cost me a decent amount of money, I think, if I recall. Here's some newer ones. And these are, I think it's East Germany. Now we're into Ghana. A lot of versions of some of these older ones. I love the guy smoking the pipe. Hard to get some of these in good condition. Like 5,000. And here's some newer ones. Really nice. That one might get the record for most people in the front of a note. Here's Gibraltar. Fractional shillings, £1. This is Greece. So I've got some kind of older, really small fractional notes there. This one's torn. This, I don't even know what that is. It's pretty cool. These are kind of World War II era, I believe. 25,000. Here's 500,000 $1 million. I remember in school doing I brought this collection in when I was a kid, and I was showing a few notes, and I brought this one in. My class was blown away that I had a $500,000 note. At the time, it was pretty funny. Not knowing, little kids not knowing what inflation was. 5 million. These ones are pretty common, pretty easy to get. I don't even know if I have super valuable ones in here, but I don't collect for value. On to Guatemala. This one's polymer. Here's Guernsey in the UK. Here's Guinea. More Guinea. And here's some of the newer ones. So 500,000, 2,000. And then Guinea-Bissau. And Guyana, I think, is the last one I've got. All right, so that wraps up this binder. So I'm going to continue on. Hopefully you're watching all of them. Let me know your feedback, and thanks again.